Hey Satish, how are you? Hope you're doing good. I know we had a meeting earlier today, but you have priorities that you have to take care of. It's totally fine. We totally understand, so it's fine. Um, we actually wanted to present you this presentation of our work and what we worked throughout the week and how important it is to keep you updated. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to mention is that the user research that you provided us before, we felt that it was really valuable to us. We were able to gather all the data and able to continue it off in seeing what users actually said throughout the user testing, and we felt it like very valuable. And actually, it was like kind of like a boost for us in order for us to continue on with the design process. Weekly updates we have for you. So what we've been working on. So we've been working on the Affinity maps, the empathy maps, the personas, how my we's, and then Sitemap. I don't know how like familiar you are with that, but it's like really critical to gathering information about the users and the business and seeing how they are and trying to like empathize more and see how they feel, their thoughts, their struggles, their frustrations, in order for us to get more insights and help us proceed into the design process. So here's Affinity map. So basically, Affinity map is getting all the information from all the users and getting like everything they had to say about their experience in Schoolio, about the product, about what they felt and their problems and anything that they experienced throughout the process in Schoolio. So from the previous user research that was done from the previous time, so we were able to gather all this information and gather post notes and posted the important information that was said from each user. And then from there, we were able to create an affinity map. So it's basically all the points that were said from each user categorized into topics. So these topics were then created and organized and categorized into one. So we based it off the topics. The titles are in the top. So easy and intuitive. So a lot of users did find it easy to check out throughout the process, but somehow like did find to struggle throughout the process. So there could actually be a better, more convenient way to set up the shop and ways for users to navigate a lot more easier. So the device, so that's basically what device I ended up using. Is it like mobile, tablet, or desktop? Either of those. And then the suggestions. So like basically what they said about the design of the Schoolio site and what they would change. And then the problems is like what they struggled throughout like the process of checking out and loading time and their like typical problems that they experienced throughout the process. And then the product insights is basically how they felt after getting the product. So they really enjoyed the curriculum. They really liked it. They loved it. They say that how like they felt encouraged. So it's really good to see like this information for to providing more information about the users. So the sources is what online information, online websites they use for homeschooling, and then social. So the majority of users that were tested were actually from like the Facebook group, and also like word of mouth is pretty big. So I felt like Schoolio has a lot of direct traffic from the Facebook group, so that's a good thing. So users also said that some users do have children, and also like some users don't actually have children and actually tutor children. So their guidance means that like Schoolio like users, they really want that guidance. They're looking for like the samples was like a good one that really helped them proceed with the purchase of that guidance. So that was one. And then they're just overall looking for that curriculum that are able to help them. So they're Schoolio for you, you know. So the frustrations are like what they thought about like how homeschooling like is to them. Like it's daunting, and the COVID situation making it like a lot worse for them, and it was a lot harder to get involved with the community because of the COVID. So I think that's a big frustration for the users. And then the purchases was after they ended up purchasing the product, So if they ended up buying the product digital, so digital meant for some users is that like if they couldn't really wait for the product to get to their house and they needed to work on the curriculum like really fast because they were behind. So that's one of the options users for Schoolio would actually get the digital product. And then users will get like the non-digital product if they have time, and also like if they want the kids to spend more time on paper and writing instead of actually on the computer or a screen. So parents do consider that a lot. And then post purchase was purchase, purchase, purchase. I think I skipped one, or I skipped something. So purchase is that they ended up like the majority of users ended up buying like the bundle, so that's a good thing. But the bad thing is that the bundle is like really deep with all the other units, so it makes it a lot harder. So that's basically that the bundle should be something in the top or a priority for Schoolio for users to find right away. And some of the users actually did buy the units separately. One thing that stood out to me was that this user ended up buying the product first and buying one unit, and they said that it was like $20. So they bought that unit to see if it's actually the right curriculum for them. So after that they felt comfortable, and then they ended up buying all the other units. But I feel like users should not feel like they need to buy a unit first and see if they're comfortable enough. I feel like they should be provided that like right away to make that comfortable and comfortable and trusted purchase. So the delights is that they really like the samples, they like seeing the photos, they like seeing everything, and then they really like the Canadian standard, how it was up to the Canadian standards, and they like the curriculum overall. So Schoolio is awesome. So there's always room for improvement. So here we have the empathy map. So everything that we gather from user testing, we're able to create an empathy map and know the pain points of the users and the goals. So empathy maps are like really good to get more knowledge about their behavior. So the homeschooling mom, so what they think is that they enjoy the curriculum, and they do, so like teach children from home and use Schoolio as part of the children's learning experience. What they feel is that they struggle to navigate throughout the purchasing in Schoolio, and also like a lack of confidence in teaching some content. So that's the homeschooling mom. And then what they say is that my kids are like happy like with the structure, love that the content is Canadian based. So the pains is that they like kind of feel like disorganized, and they find it like challenging throughout like the shopping experience. And the gains is that it's easy to follow with the curriculum, and it's kind of like peace of mind and gives like decreased stress for the homeschooling mom. So the home tutor, what they think is that it's easy to follow, the curriculum leads to less stress for me. And what they do is that they work with students based on their grade level. And what they feel is that they feel relieved to have a guide for content. What they say is that my students love the supplemental units, so that's a good thing. So pains is that they struggle to find the proper curriculum, and gains is that the additional mini units is like a really good thing for the kids because they really like that. So it's like a peace of mind for them. So that's the home tutor for you. So the personas plus how might we. So the persona is like a fictional character that is built for the company, for like a lot of companies use this to help guide who to build for. So like it's like a fictional character, so everyone could be according like on the same page. Either it's like the development team, the sales team, the design team. I feel like this is a great tool to have, like the personas, to further help you with Schoolio and who to design for and who to target. So how might we's are like problems that we're gonna like try to solve with the design process and try to like think on top of our heads when we're overall thinking about those questions for the how might we's. I'll talk about that later. But here's Alicia. She's 41. She's wife and mom of 3, and her location is Ontario, Canada. So she quotes, "I love homeschooling my kids with 100% Canadian curriculum. So that's Alicia. Um, her years of homeschooling is like in between 1 and 2. Ease of shopping for curriculum is like pretty easy, and comfort teaching at home is like intermediate. So goals is a simplify shopping experience and teach confident at home. That's what they want as like a goal. And the frustration is that like having multiple kids and trying to teach for them is kind of like hard to balance. So that's open for suggestion for Schoolio, something that could solve that problem, like throughout like a page or some sort of way that Schoolio could solve that problem. Would be great for homeschooling mom. So like another frustration is that like they really want the site to be to the point and easy to navigate, easy to find content, easy to find a curriculum, easy to check out, and make an overall just easy. So here we have Kat. She's 26. She's from Alberta, Canada. So she quotes, "I'm happy to tutor, but finding materials sometimes holds me up." So it's their goals. Well, years of homeschooling is like in between like 1 year. So ease of shopping for curriculum is pretty difficult for them, and comfort teaching curriculum is pretty like they're pretty confident teaching because they probably like done it already, or they're comfortable teaching it. And then the goals is spend less time finding materials for the grades. So they're looking for something like easy to find, and Schoolio I feel like is the product that they need. So frustrations is that it's challenging to find the appropriate material to purchase. So we need to make it obvious that Schoolio is the product for them. So how might we? Are like questions that we again like that we could think later on when we're designing or creating like content or like SEO like blogs or videos or podcasts, anything that is related to helping with the product and the business. So enhancing experience while shopping for curriculum. So I feel like right now it's kind of like not as organized as it should be throughout the whole shopping experience, and I felt like it could be done a lot better. So simplifying navigating Schoolio. So organizing like pages and trying to like make it a lot easier for user to find products and just making it a lot like more simpler. Categorizing products again. So like categorizing products and seeing which ones are priority. Is a bundle of what is the product that is trying to sell like the most? Is it should there be like an emphasis on that throughout the design? And how are we going to like design the units and the grades so it could be easily accessible and really fast? So appeal to business families. So how are we going to like target those users, target those personas that we just created, and make it a lot more appealing, and making sure that they know that Schoolio is a product for them. So showcase uniqueness. So we want to show that we're unique to any other competitor. I know you said, Sathish, that there's like probably like not that much competitors right now, but I feel like thinking ahead and boosting you from being against the competitors, like getting extra content out there, trying to get more units out there that are like extra, that are unique. I think that will boost your company ahead of anyone else that might try to do the same thing as you are. So the sitemap. So it's basically, the sitemap is like a visual layout of the whole pages of Schoolio, and I feel like this will help us towards the design process. So the sitemap is going to be like the top navigation, like the links in the top. So we ended up including shop, explore, about us, account, media, and partner. So shop is almost like basically the same thing, but it's probably like narrowed down to just the provinces. And then the kinder through eighth and the product details, then add to cart. Then exploring, I feel like that title is open for discussion, but it could include like content that could make you stand out from the competitors, like the kindergarten program, the language program, special interest units, and just like allow the user to know more about Schoolio. And then about us, we ended up replacing contact us with about us, because we felt like about us could explain more about Schoolio and the mission and the goals, and how the brand is unique and how they're able to provide that solution to users. And the about us is, I feel like it's more valuable than the contact us, because the contact us could be like anywhere around the page. Also, like you have the messenger at the bottom right, and I felt like the messenger could be any, like in every page, or some sort of like contact information on every page, or even the footer. So the account, so login, register, and then profile, orders, password reset, rewards, progression, and achievements. So there's some gamification in there, and I feel like everything here is open for discussion, because there's so much that could be done here, and I feel like it has like a lot of potential around that area too. So the media, it's blogs, podcasts, and videos, how you mentioned, to include all that in there. And then the partners, like the affiliation, business to consumer, business to business. So there's that. And then the Sitemap key is at the bottom. So primary category, secondary category, subcategories, tertiary subcategory. This is like the levels of how the hierarchy of the pages throughout the whole website. So here we have the footer: shop, explore, help, curriculum, affiliation, and media. So shop will be all like the province, and then the explore, and then the help. So like help, the footer, we're gonna have like some sort of contact us, messenger, phone, or email. And then the curriculum, I felt like in order to provide trust for users and that motivation to hit the purchase button, I felt like adding the shipping, handling, digital download, refunds, curriculum feedback is all important for a user. And I felt like it could help user like get encouraged to and feel confident that that's a product for them. Or another thing is probably like samples, maybe including like a samples page perhaps, so users could access that like a lot quicker. So that's open to discussion again, and I feel like through user testing we could probably figure out like where it is most convenient to place these items. And then affiliation, and then media. So yeah, that's basically it. That's our updates for the week. I hope I was able to like provide good insights about our research and how user research is like super valuable, and how it helps us throughout the design process too, because the design process is like later on, but everything else has to be like research and feel like like the empathy map, for example, like we have to know what the frustrations are for the user. Like every business has like different users, and I feel like we're figuring out, like we just figured out your users and their frustrations and their goals and what they're wanting in a product. And I feel like this will help us big time in design process and knowing how to aim exactly for those personas. So yeah, so hopefully if you have any feedback, let us know. And let me read the last quote. So user experience design is the science and art of designing a product so that it's easy to use, fits expectations, and meet business goals. So yeah, by Susan Winshik. So hopefully you found this video helpful. I know I couldn't wait, but I felt like we wanted to prove this message across to you and continue on with the design process. I felt like we're ready to move on to the design process and continue designing the pages. So yeah, hopefully you liked my presentation, and hopefully you take care. Have a good weekend, Sathish. The next one.